कल्पतरुभ्यः अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय। नमाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। All glories to the assembled devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances. This is Radhasangi Devi Dasi from Baltimore, welcoming all of you to Bhakti Sanga Conference call. I thank you all of you for attending this section. Please forgive me for interrupting your ecstatic chanting. I would like to read the 10 offenses to the holy names which are to be avoided, written by Srila Vyasadeva in the Padma Purana. 1. To blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord. 2. To consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of the Lord Vishnu. 3. To disobey the orders of the spiritual master. 4. To blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in pursuance to the Vedic version. 5. To consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. 6. To give some interpretation to the holy name of the Lord. 7. To commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. 8. To consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as fruity activities, karma kanda. 9. To instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. 10. To not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success. Krishna Prema. Once again, I thank you everyone for joining the Bhakti Sanga Conference call. Let us move to our next section, which is Srimad Bhagavatam. May I know who all have joined this call this morning? Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण। राधा प्यारी माता जी, दंडवत प्रणाम। शिला प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरु महाराज की जय। प्रीति दासी फ्रॉम शार्लोट। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna Mata, Priti Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all goes to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much Mataji for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna. This is Bhagavad Devi Dasi from Atlanta. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Dev. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much Mataji for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Radha Pyari Mataji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devi Dasi from Nagpur.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I can't hear your voice. Could you please repeat your name Mataji?
Krishna Kumari Mataji.
Hare Krishna Krishna Kumari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much Mataji for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Radha Pyari Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devi Dasi from College Station, Texas.
Hare Krishna Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much Mataji for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Radha Pyari Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. My Dandavat Pranams to all the assembled devotees. This is Susmita from Mississauga, Canada.
Hare Krishna Sushmita Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much Mataji for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Radha Pyari Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Gurudev and all the assembled devotees. This is Nandapriya Narmada Devi Dasi from Charlotte. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Nandapriya Narmada Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much Mataji for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण। राधा प्यारी माता जी, दंडवत प्रणाम। शिला प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरु महाराज की जय। दिस इज श्यामा गौरी देवी दासी फ्रॉम शार्लेट।
Hare Krishna Shama Gauri Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much Mataji for joining the call. Hare Krishna. Is there anybody else would like to introduce themselves?
Yeah, and also Mataji, we have a little bit of introduction. Ayan is ready to give it.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. We can start recording, Mataji.
Sure, Mataji. Mm.
Hare Krishna, welcome to Bhakti Sanga Conference call. Today we are fortunate to have Her Grace Radhasangi Mataji to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th Canto, 7th chapter, 11th verse. First, I would like to hand over call to Ayan Prabhuji for brief introduction of Mataji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all Srila Prabhupada. I would like to hand over call to you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. I offer my obeisances to all assembled devotees, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Here is a very brief introduction for our today's speaker, Her Grace Radhasangi Devi Dasi. Mataji was connected to ISKCON since the year 2000. Mataji is a disciple of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, and currently Mataji is living in Mumbai. Here's a very brief introduction, Mataji. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for giving your valuable time association to us this morning and enlightening on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam. I would like to hand over call to you, Mataji. Welcome to Bhakti Sanga Conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Am I audible?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay.
But
I
we
would
can't
like to-
see you.
Hari bol.
We can't see you, Mataji.
We cannot see you, Mataji.
Oh, my video is on, but
No, that video has cover. You have to just remove that cover. Look into your computer.
Yeah, maybe camera is closed.
Yeah,
You just-
camera is closed.
Yeah. There will be
Just
small moving button, Mataji, above the camera.
Yeah.
Just open that. That's it.
no, I think the cover is stopping. Can you see me now?
No, Mataji.
No, now video
Even
is off.
Now video is off completely.
You have to turn on video.
Okay, can you give me a minute? I'll change my device.
Sure, Mataji, take your time.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare.
Yes, we
Hare
can
Krishna.
see you, Mataji, now.
Yeah, sorry for that goof up. Please, I'm so sorry. Okay, shall we start or do we wait for some more time? How is it?
Yeah, please go ahead, Mataji.
Yeah, okay. So I would like to express my deepest gratitude to all the organizers for having given me an opportunity to serve Srila Prabhupada and my Guru Maharaj on this platform. I'm Radhasangi Devi Dasi here, currently residing in Mumbai, and I'm a disciple of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. And as a part of my seva, I'm attached to Radha Gopinath Temple in various capacities. And it was Medhavini Sakhi Mataji who suggested my name, and I'm here in front of you. So thank you once again. Okay, we'll start with the prayers first. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we'll be reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 7th chapter, text number 11. So this chapter is entitled What Prahlad Learned in the Womb. So the 11th verse goes like this. Ityuktastam vihayendro devarshirmanayan vacha anantah priya bhaktyainam parikramya divam yayau. The translation. Do we read word to word meaning also, Mataji?
Mataji, it's up to you. Some speakers read, some speakers skip it. It's up to you, Mataji.
Okay, so I'll go directly for the translation. When the great saint Narad Muni has thus spoken, King Indra, being respectful to Narada's words, immediately released my mother. Because of my being a devotee of the Lord, all the demigods circumambulated her. Then they returned to their celestial kingdom. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Although King Indra and the other demigods are exalted personalities, they were so obedient to Narad Muni that King Indra immediately accepted Narad Muni's words concerning Prahlad Maharaj. This is called understanding by the Parampara system. Indra and the demigods did not know that a great devotee was in the womb of Kayadu, the wife of Hiranyakashipu, but they accepted the authoritative statements of Narad Muni and immediately offered their respects to the devotee by circumambulating the woman in whose womb he was living. To understand God and the devotee by the Parampara system is the process of knowledge. There is no need to speculate about God and his devotee. One should accept the statements of a bona fide devotee and thus try to understand. So this section of Bhagavatam focuses on a very important aspect, and that is trusting the words of an authority. So we'll try to analyze and understand this verse by discussing certain points. First of all, see how important is trust on an authority. Let us discuss that first. So a little background into this chapter is that Hiranyakashipu has gone to the Mandarachala mountain for his intense austerities to please Brahma. Kayadu, who is carrying Prahlad, that is Hiranyakashipu's wife who is carrying Prahlad, is being kidnapped by Indra and the demigods, and she's being dragged rather, so that she can remain under Indra's supervision till the child is born, and then Indra intends to kill the child. So this is the background, and it is at this point that Narad Muni is coming and stopping Indra from moving ahead. So, see, Hiranyakashipu, we have seen how atrocious he was. He is rather. He has been tormenting the devotees. He has stopped every sacrifice that is being offered to Vishnu. And Indra, see, even Indra's anxiety is, you cannot really blame Indra also for doing what he's doing. Because one Hiranyakashipu is intolerable. Imagine another Hiranyakashipu in the form of a son. What chaos it would cause to the world. So Indra wanted to stop that by taking Kayadu and then intending to kill the child after he is born. So this is Indra's position. Now, what we will do is we'll cover some topics related to this verse. The following topics we'll try to cover and discuss. The Parampara system, because the word here in this purport is specifying on Parampara. So we'll see what is Parampara system. We'll see Guru. We'll try to understand Guru. We'll try to understand Narada's unique position, and also some case studies from the Srimad Bhagavatam and other literatures. Then we'll also see the role of a guru, the benefits of having a guru, as well as an example of a misplaced trust. So the first, let us try and understand the Parampara system. Parampara system, Prabhupada and many of his purports has emphasized on this word Parampara. So Parampara means a chain, a disciplic chain, an unbroken chain. Now, what does that chain do? If you go by the definition, it means to continue the philosophy or teachings of a great personality in an undivided, uninterrupted, and undeviated form. So if we see the Bhagavad Gita, the first pages, we see how Prabhupada has come in the unbroken disciplic succession, starting from Lord Brahma, Narada, Vyasa, etc. So this is an unbroken chain from the origin, from the root, and coming through the system, coming down through the system in an undeviated manner. So let us try to understand this by an example which Prabhupada has quoted in his purports also. Now, right now in India, we have this mango season. So what is the mango is a very sweet and famous fruit here. Now, to the mangoes, if we are to pluck them and drop from the, if you go under a mango tree during this season, you will see so many mangoes fallen down also. But they are not really edible in the sense they are smashed. They lose their taste because they have fallen down from such a great height. But imagine if someone at the top were to pluck the mangoes and hand it down to a person below him sitting on a branch. That person hands it over to a third person sitting below. And in this way, the mango reaches the ground in a proper, unbroken, or in its natural form. So when that mango is tasted by a person who is standing on the ground and he accepts that it's sweet, it tastes sweeter. So Bhagavatam, the Srimad Bhagavatam, is that Amala Puran. We can see this in the third verse of the first canto, first chapter, which says, Nigama Kalpataror, Galitam Phalam. So it is a fully ripened mango, and it has the essence of all the Vedic literature. So Galitam Phalam, but it has an added quality. And what is that? Shuka Mukhad Amrita Drava Samyutam. This mango has been tasted by a pure devotee like Shukadev, and it is Amrita Drava Samyutam. Now this Amrita Drava means it is soft, easily chewable and digestible. And in this form, Shukadev Goswami has handed it over to his disciples. So Bhagavatam is that ripened fruit which tastes even sweeter because it has come from the mouth of a pure devotee like Shukadev Goswami. And therefore it is advised, Pibata Bhagavata Rasamalaya. So drink this nectarian or relish this nectarian fruit coming from the lotus mouth of Shukadev Goswami. And the quality is that these are relished even by those who have given up all material quality, all material attachments. So the fruit that has come down, the guru, is that person who ensures that this tasty, digestible, easily digestible. So digestible in our context means it can be easily understood and it can be brought into our lives. So that fruit, guru, is the person who carries that fruit undeviated without any damage to the shishya, to the disciple. So this is one example which we can understand how important the guru is. Had we been on offline meeting, we had conducted this exercise with our ladies group. What we had done was we passed on two sealed packets containing some edible things. It was sugar and salt. So one set of people got the sugar and the packet was passed on. And when it came to the end of that group, of that circle, half of them tasted it as sugar, mentioned that they had got sugar, and the other half mentioned that it was salt. So the culprit who changed was sitting somewhere in the middle. I mean, the exercise was that one person had to change, and this exercise was conducted to show why Parampara is important. So you pass on, and somewhere in between changes the packet. So a Parampara, when it is broken, the sweet mango suddenly, when it passes on from the deviated person to the next generation, next succession, it becomes salty or poisonous. And that is why Parampara is extremely important in our devotional life. If we are to hear, even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says this, Srimad Bhagavatam, as we saw, it is Galitam Phalam and Rasamalayam. But if it comes in contact, even milk, when it is touched by the lips of a poisonous serpent, turns inedible. So this is what happens when the chain disciplic succession is broken. The mango, which is Rasamalayam, tasty, suddenly turns poisonous when there is a deviation. And that is why Parampara is extremely important if we want to progress in our spiritual life. Our goal is Krishna. To reach Krishna, the link should be proper. Just like in a chain, the links have to be proper. Otherwise, somewhere it can break and we can deviate. So Parampara is very important. The knowledge that passes on, that if it is broken, instead of creating progress, can only create havoc. So that is why Parampara, getting or remaining in contact with the Parampara, is very important to progress in a spiritual life. So who is a guru then? The next question that comes is guru. So who is a guru? Now a guru is that important link that connects us to the Parampara, that unbroken, the undeviated. So a guru, in Sanskrit, guru means heavy. So the responsibility of a guru is very heavy, very important. Why? Because of two reasons. A guru, a spiritual master, his only aim or goal is to see that the disciple who is put under his care crosses over the ocean of material existence. We are not talking about a material guru or a teacher in the material world who teaches the, whatever in a school or college. We are talking about a spiritual guru who guides us on the path of spirituality, on the path towards Krishna. So that guru, he's an important link that connects the wandering lost soul, that is jivas, like who are rotting in the material world, back to its root, that is Krishna. So he forms an important link. The Guru forms an important link in connecting the lost soul to Krishna. And secondly, he is only concerned about a true Guru is concerned only about the disciple's progress. There is no question of envy or ill feelings towards the disciple. He only wishes that his disciple progresses towards Krishna. He progresses on the path towards Krishna. So the responsibility that a guru carries on his shoulders is very heavy. It's not a menial thing or a service that the guru takes up. And he must be capable of taking up that responsibility. Imagine, we all see in the Olympics or any wrestlers match, the players are lifting weights. Now imagine a player or a participant is trying to lift weight beyond his capacity. He will just fall down and hurt himself. So the role of the guru has to be capable enough to shoulder the responsibility, the heavy responsibility of carrying his disciple across the material ocean. And that is why in the Nectar of Instruction, the first shloka that Rupa Goswami says is Vacho Vegam, Manasa Krodha Vegam, Jihva Vegam, Udara Upastha Vegam, Etan Vegan yo Vishaheta Dhiraha, Sarvamapima Prithivim Sashishya. Who can accept disciples? Rupa Goswami very clearly, he explains this in the first verse of NOI. That person who can accept the responsibility of disciples, of his disciples, should have controlled his speech, his mind, his anger, his tongue, his urges. So Prabhupada explains that the tongue, the belly, and the genitals are in the same line. So if we control our tongue through chanting as well as prasad, by accepting only prasad, then the other two fall in line without any extra efforts. So these 6, if one can control, then one can accept disciples, one can accept the responsibility of carrying the disciples across the ocean of material existence. Again, if we refer to the 5th canto, 5th chapter, 18th verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, this is Rishabdev instructing his sons. It's a very famous verse which Prabhupada also quotes very often. This is Guru na sasyat, Swajano na sasyat, Pita na sasyat, Janani na sasyat, Daivam na sasyat. So he is saying all this. Patis na sasyat, na mochayet, ya samupetya martyam. So a person cannot accept the role of a guru, of a swajan, of a relative or a close person. Pati, Pita Janani, the role of a father, mother, Daivam, and Pati. Pati means the owner, or we say the head of the house. So these roles are extremely responsible jobs, roles. You cannot accept these roles unless you ensure that See, the word used here is samupetya martyam. Every living entity who is in this material world has fallen into the trap of repeated birth and death. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jathare shayanam. This is what Adi Shankara says. So if you cannot na mochayet, if you cannot release the soul from the cycle of birth and death, you cannot accept the responsibility of being a guru, a pati, a pita, a janani, a daiva. This is what Rishabdev instructs his sons. So imagine how important the responsibility of a guru is. So guru, we in the many a times we see in the material world, people accept a guru just because to have that tag. Oh, I'm the disciple of such and such person. It's very easy to say, but does that person who claims to be a guru ensure his disciples going back home, going back to Godhead? If not, then he's falsely claiming himself to be a guru, which should not be the case. So a guru plays a very important role. Now, coming to the role of a guru, what is the role of a guru? This again, several places Prabhupada has stressed upon. And the prayers which we start with, Om Ajnana Timirandhasya, Jnananjana Shalakaya, Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave. Each word is very important. It shows how responsible the guru is. So, Ajnana Timirandhasya, ignorance. We have seen in this world, material world, above 60, nowadays even above 40, 45, 50. There are people who contract cataract. And so that timira, there is a darkness which covers the eye and stops it from seeing things as they are. So what one has to do? One has to get the cataract removed. It has to be operated upon. Now we are talking about ajnana. So in the BTG, if you see nescience and where there is God, there is light. So if we are engulfed in Maya, if we have fallen into Maya, it is a cataract for our spiritual vision. And because our vision is blurred, is covered by Maya, we fail to see Krishna. We fail to see the role of Krishna in our lives. We fail to see our connection with Krishna. We fail to accept Krishna as our Supreme Father and Mother. We forget Krishna and we try to enjoy our senses in this material world. So that's like a cataract which is blinding our spiritual vision. So what has to be done? The cataract has to be operated upon. And not just operate, it has to be removed from its root. That is why unmilitam, the word used is unmilitam, means uproot it. There should not be even a trace of that timira, andhasya. Ajnana timira there should not be a trace of even that ajnana. Because even a trace means our spiritual vision is blurred. So that cataract which prevents us from seeing Krishna as our whole and soul, Pita, Mata, Matsakha, what happens? The Guru takes the responsibility of removing that cataract. So, Ajnana Timirandhasya. The fact that we have forgotten Krishna means we are in ignorance. So, that ignorance has to be uprooted, and only a Guru can do this. So, that is the role of a Guru in our lives. Now, in the 7th canto, the 15th chapter, the 25th verse, it's also a very, it's a very, I like the verse very much, which goes, Rajas tamas cha satvena, sattva cha upashamena cha, etat sarvam gurau bhaktya, purusho hi anjasa yachet. Now we were talking about the Timira, Ajnana. Now this verse, if you connect it, it says that Rajas, Tamas, cha Sattvena. So in this material world, we all know we are inflicted by Sattvagun, Rajogun, Tamogun. And Prabhupada says to take up to the devotional service, one has to at least elevate oneself to the platform of Sattva. Give up his Rajas and Tamas vritti, the passion and the ignorance vritti, and at least come to the level of Sattva to understand devotional service. But he wants, even Sattva Guna is binding. And he gives the example of a jail. There may be A class, B class, C class jail, but a jail is a jail. C class may have less facilities, B may have some higher facilities, and A may have A class facilities. But after all, at the end of the day, it is all jail, and you are a prisoner there. So there's nothing proud to declare that I am in A class jail, I'm in B class, and there's no need to look upon those who are in the B and C class jails. So Sattva Gun is also binding. But this verse says, Rajas Tamas cha Sattvena. To overcome the Raja and Tamo vritti, one has to be in Sattva Gun. But to overcome that Sattva Gun and attain the pure Sattva, Shuddha Sattva, who has to be taken shelter of? One has to take shelter. Etat sarvam gurau bhaktya. If one develops unflinching faith to the lotus feet of Guru, trust his words. We are talking about faith and trust in this verse. So if one dedicates one's life in following the instructions of the Guru, then one can overcome even the Sattva Guna, the material Sattva Guna, and attain the Shuddha Sattva Guna, which is so very essential for our spiritual growth. So this verse says that you conquer or you overcome your Rajo and Tamo vritti by Sattva Gun, but you have to overcome that Sattva vritti also by taking shelter of the lotus feet of your Guru. Bhakti. The word uses Bhakti, Gurau Bhaktya. By rendering service to the Guru, this can be overcome. So a Guru plays, as we discussed before also, he plays a very important role in our spiritual progress. Now coming to, there's a saying, familiarity breeds contempt. So when your Guru has mercifully accepted you, he's giving his instructions and you're following them very nicely, what creeps is familiarity breeds contempt. And then if we are not mature enough, what happens? We start seeing the Guru as an ordinary person, and then begins our fall down. So a Guru, you cannot be over friendly or cross your boundaries when you are interacting with your Guru. See, love is different, affection is different, but there is a certain limit beyond which you cannot cross as far as your relationship with your Guru. You cannot take him for granted. And this is explained in the next verse, that is 26th verse of the 15th chapter, 7th canto, which says, Yasya Sakshat Bhagavati Jnana Deepa Prado Gurau Martyasyadhi Shrutam Tasya Sarvam Kunjara Shauchavat. Very instructive. So what happens if you treat your Guru as an ordinary person? Again, quoting Prabhupada's analogies, Prabhupada says, we sing in Guru Ashtakam also every day. Yasya sakshat haritvena samasta shastre uktastatha vyatayeva sadvin kintu prabhoya priyayeva tasya vande Shri Charanaravinda. So he is sakshat haritvena. He is a representative of the Lord. Is a representative of Lord Krishna himself. So how much more respect and humility we should have when we are dealing with our Guru. Sakshat Hari. Prabhupada gives this example of a government official and a prime minister. So a government official is a representative of the head of the state, and he deserves as much respect as we would have given if the prime minister himself were to come. So the representative of the head of the state, Guru, is the representative of Lord Krishna himself. And treating him like an ordinary person is an offense to his lotus feet. Again, so you cannot treat a Guru like an ordinary person. And if the ill effects of treating a Guru like an ordinary person is mentioned in this verse as Kunjara Sarvam Kunjara Shauchavat. Prabhupada quotes this example very often. There is one mad elephant example which Prabhupada quotes, and there is a elephant taking bath, that example. These two examples we see Prabhupada quoting very often. So the mad elephant example is to show Vaishnava offense. If you offend a Vaishnava, what happens? It's like a mad elephant entering a beautiful garden and destroying it. So Vaishnava aparad, when we commit Vaishnava offense, that garden of bhakti which has sprouted in our heart, maybe because of Sukriti or the mercy of the Guru and the Vaishnavas, it gets trampled and uprooted. So there's no scope for that bhakti lata, the creeper of bhakti, to grow. And this verse, this example of the elephant taking bath is very appropriate in the sense the elephant goes into the river, takes a nice bath in the clean, clear waters, comes out and rolls in the mud. So what's the point? How did he benefit by taking a bath if coming out he just again rolled on the mud? So this verse says, Martya Syat, if you consider the Guru to be a Martya, to be an ordinary mortal living being like us, then Sarvam Kunjara Shauchavat. Whatever knowledge has been passed on to you, Jnana Deepa, the knowledge, the lamp of knowledge that has come to you by the mercy of the Guru, Jnana Deepa Prado Gurau. The Guru has passed on the knowledge lamp, the lamp of knowledge about Krishna and the devotional service to you. He is the one who has granted you, mercifully handed it over to you about Lord Krishna and his dealings, his pastimes. And what are we doing? We are treating him as Martya. So what happens? It's like rolling an elephant rolling in the mud after having taken a bath in the fresh water, fresh river water. Everything gets destroyed. There's no point. So whatever you have gained also is lost. So Bhagavatam wants us to be very careful in our dealings with our Guru. Not treat him like an ordinary person at all. He is a representative of Krishna. And he deserves Sakshadharitvena Samasta Shastra. So we have to be extremely careful when we are dealing or when we are performing our services to Guru. Okay, he's also an ordinary person like us only. No, we should never commit that offense. Recently in one lecture, Radha Gopinath Prabhu of our temple, Radha Gopinath temple, was saying, the problem with us is that because we are not on that level, what we do, we either bring Krishna down to our level or we ourselves elevate, or the persons we see who perform some mystic activities, we elevate that person to the level of Krishna. Both are wrong. Krishna is there, up there. So we cannot bring him down, although he comes. That's what he says in Bhagavad Gita. Avajanante ma mudha manushim tanum ashrita param bhavama janantu. Fools deride me when I take the role of a human being and descend to this world. So we cannot commit that offense. We cannot afford to commit that offense of treating our Guru like an ordinary mortal. And this is what Bhagavatam wants us if we have to progress in our spiritual life. So we discussed 3 points here: the Parampara system, the Guru, the role of a Guru, and how not to treat the Guru. Now, what are the benefits of having a Guru? See, we are all conditioned souls and we don't want to perform anything without knowing the benefits. So like, do your duties. Ask not what the country can do. Do your duties. There's some saying like that. No. Here we want to know our benefits first, even before we delve into that subject matter or that activity. So the benefits of having or taking shelter of a Guru, again we sing in our Guru Ashtakam. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado. Yasya prasadat. If the Guru is satisfied or pleased with us, then Bhagavat Prasado, the Lord is satisfied. simply by taking shelter and following the instructions of a spiritual master, the Lord is satisfied. And the spiritual master, being the devotee of the Lord, as we discussed in the NOI first verse, Vacho Vega, the guru will see to it that the disciple is properly engaged in the service of the Lord. So the Lord is pleased, and if the Lord is pleased, then everything is achieved. So yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado. And there is a negation also to that. There is an opposite to it also. Yasya aprasadat na gati kutopi. If he's aprasad, if he's not pleased, then na gati kutopi. There is no way of your salvation. Gati. There's no way out. You're doomed, so as to say. That is why we offer our respects to Guru every day by singing the Guru Ashtakam in the morning Mangalarti, and there is a separate Guru Puja also to show our respects and our gratitude to Srila Prabhupada. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma. My only wish is to be always engaged in the service of the lotus feet of my Guru. Bandhu Mui Savadhanam. I don't have any other wish. Shri Guru Charane Rati. Ei se uttama gati. So developing love to the lotus feet of the Guru is the highest perfection of one's life. This is what Narottam Das Thakur sings, and we pray every day to the Guru. So this is the benefit of having a Guru in our lives. Now, let us discuss this personality, Narada. So this is Narada. Narada is involved here, so how can we miss him? Now, Narada's unique position, if we see in the Bhagavatam, it's very unique. He is a personality who appears in all the 12 cantos of the Bhagavad, except, of course, Lord Krishna. Other than Lord Krishna, this great personality we will find in every canto of the Bhagavatam. And the 7th canto, if we study the Bhagavatam, the 10th canto is by volume, if we see, it's the 10th canto, which is the most voluminous canto, which narrates the pastimes of the Lord Krishna in Vrindavan and his later activities. And 7th chapter is entirely dedicated to Prahlad Maharaj and his devotion. So Narada Muni, the word Narada has a very deep meaning to it. The word da in Sanskrit indicates to give. We recently observed Kamada Ekadashi. So Kamada, da means to give. Yashoda, da means to give, one who gives, or yasha, or all prosperity. The cloud is known as Jalada. One name for the cloud is Jalada, one who gives Jala. So Narada here means one who gives da Narayan. The only business of Narad Muni is to give Krishna to whoever he comes across. Now that could be Prahlad, and his spectrum of disciples, if we see, it has devotees like Prahlad Maharaj, and you have the other extreme, the Valmiki also, who was a hunter. So the variety of people he has encountered and made them into disciples is mind-boggling. So here he is stopping Indra. Now, Indra is he is a demigod, powerful. Now, he has stopped Indra because Narad Muni knows that the soul, the child in the womb of Kayadu, is a great devotee. So he is a personality who knows the past, the present, and the future. Again, we can see his qualities in the Bhagavatam, the first canto, where he describes his past to Vyasadeva. Of course, present he knows. And in the 10th canto, he comes to meet Krishna just before Kamsa is killed. And he describes to Krishna what is going to happen. Killing of Vyomasura, killing of Dantavaktra, killing of Kamsa. All this he glorifies Krishna by saying that, oh, in the near future, I can see that you're going to perform these activities. So he knows past, present, future. Trikala Jnani, we call him. So he knows that Prahlad Maharaj, who is in the womb of Kayadu, is going to be a great devotee of the Lord and the deliverer also. And that is why he stops Indra. Now, let us take Indra also, the case of Indra. Indra could have said, Are, I am the king of heaven. I am in a very powerful position. Why should I listen to you? I'll do as I feel. One Hiranyakashipu is more than enough. Another one we cannot handle. But Indra doesn't do that. So the quality of Indra as a disciple also we see that he submitted along with his other demigods to the instructions of Naradji. He did not argue. He did not protest. Humbly he submitted to the words of Narada, handed over, released Kayadu, and circumambulated her. Another very important aspect. Now, Kayadu, the wife of Hiranyakashipu, the only quality she has is she is bearing Prahlad Maharaj. But the devotee is so humble that anything associated with the Lord is given equal importance and respect. And this we see in how Indra submits himself and respectfully circumambulates Kayadu just because she's carrying Prahlad in the womb. Now, Indra doesn't know that the child is going to be a devotee. He is placing his trust on the words of Narad Muni. Oh, Narad Muni is saying this means this child is going to be a devotee and I have to offer all respects to him. So this is his attitude, and we have to learn this aspect also from this incident. Anything that is the Lord's connected to the Lord deserves equal respect and praise from us also. So that's why, and we see this, some examples if we see from this, like I was saying, we'll look at some case studies. If we, again referring to the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, where Vyasadeva, in the talk between Narad Muni and Vyasadeva. Who is Vyasadeva? He has compiled the Vedas, the Itihasas, Puranas, Mahabharata, 4 lakh verses, and he is despondent. And that is when Narad Muni arrives. Vyasadeva is the literary incarnation of the Lord. And Narad Muni comes to remove his despondency by instructing him to write exclusively about the Lord and the devotional aspect of the Lord, devotional service. That is, and Vyasadeva, again we see, He did not protest and say, I have written 4 lakh verses, I have compiled all this, and you are telling me to compile another set of verses describing exclusively. He submitted himself humbly to the instructions of Narada. And that is why we are reading from Bhagavatam now. Imagine if he had protested. Nahi, main nahi likhunga. Who are you to tell me? And that was not his response to Narada. And Narada chastised him. Left, right, center. But he took it in a positive way and submitted himself to that instructions. So that brings us another example which we see is in the life of Ramanujacharya and his dealings with his devotees. There's an incident where Ramanujacharya sends 2 of his disciples ahead of him to inform the king of a certain land that he will be coming, visiting the king soon. Now the king, in his excitement of receiving the Guru Ramanujacharya, forgets about receiving the disciples who had come to give the information. Something similar to Sugriv ignoring Lakshman. So the Guru is not pleased. Lord Ram was not pleased by the act of Sugriva. So anything in connection to that, something connected to Krishna, needs to be given equal respect. This is what we learn from these incidents. So faith in Guru, the words of Guru, Vyasadeva demonstrated. Coming to the life of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his dealings with the devotees. In the Mahaprakash Leela, when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was fully open and showering his mercy on the devotees, Mukunda was not given entry. Why? Because the offense that he had committed was that he was hearing Bhagavatam from some unauthorized person, which Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not approve. So he was not given entry. But the devotees of the Lord, they are so merciful. They saw Mukunda weeping and lamenting. So they come inside and tell Mahaprabhu, they place the case of Mukunda in front of Mahaprabhu and says, please maaf kar do now, say, forgive him. So Mahaprabhu says, no, he can take my darshan or I will be pleased with him only after 1,000,000 births. And Mukunda, when he hears this, he starts jumping in joy. So he places his faith on the words of Mahaprabhu. Oh, only 1,000,000 births? That's nothing. I'm ready to undergo that also if I can meet Mahaprabhu after 1,000,000 births. So he had faith in that words of Mahaprabhu and he expresses his joy and he starts dancing. And when Mahaprabhu sees this, he is overjoyed. So Mahaprabhu also was teaching a lesson, how to place your faith on the words of a guru. And then of course Mukunda is shown in and everything goes off well. Coming to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur and Prabhupada. How did Prabhupada start this movement that we have all taken shelter of? It was just putting the faith on the words of his guru. You are an educated person, go to the West and preach the teachings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. At the age of 69, going with only money to the extent of $40, going to an unknown land from the heaven of Radha Damodar temple, just because he had faith in the words of his guru. So what happened? He just put his words on the words, put his faith on the words of his guru, and we can see the effect. We are sitting here in the association of devotees and we are discussing Bhagavatam. Had Prabhupada not put his faith in the words of his guru, where would we be? Coming to one generation later, Srila Prabhupada and his disciples, the Western disciples, when Prabhupada came to America to preach the teachings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the Bhagavatam, they were not knowing who Krishna is, but they put their faith in the words of a 70-year-old man who could not speak, his accented English. There is a lecture where Prabhupada says Krishna, and he sees the blank look on the faces of his audience. From there, where have the disciples come? Just because they put their faith in the words of Prabhupada. To what extent have they, if we are to term it as a success, to what extent have they reached just because, see, that culture when Prabhupada came to the US, it was a hippie culture, and it is said that they never put their faith on a person above 30. And here is a 69, 70-year-old person just with a pair of kartals, chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra under a simple tree. No extravagancy, nothing, no opulences, except the opulence of Srimad Bhagavatam, the words of his guru. And look what Krishna miracle through his guru, through Krishna ensured that. So both Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur and Prabhupada and his disciples, it was only faith in the words of the concerned person, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur and Prabhupada. So faith in the words of Guru can, what not can be achieved. So this is demonstrated by the dealings of Prabhupada and his disciples. We can see that over here. That is one type of a guru. Another we see, which Prabhupada so many times he insisted upon, is the Varnashrama. So in Varnashrama, we know the 4 social orders, 4 spiritual orders. So every order is respecting and trusting the higher order. Now let us take Brahmanas. The Brahmanas are the educators. They are the person who gives knowledge and learns knowledge. So they are the head, the ones who give knowledge. They are the highest. Then comes the Kshatriyas. They are the executors or administrative class. Now, they take instructions from the higher order, that is Brahmana. And in the 17th chapter, Krishna says what are the qualities of a Kshatriya, Brahmana, and everything. Brahmanas are very mild, self-satisfied, gentle. And Kshatriyas, heroic. Ishvara Bhava, they don't bow down to anyone. But here, the Vedic system, they have to listen to the instructions of, that is how the system was. So they trusted and respected the Brahmanas, from whom they took instructions to manage the affairs of the state. So there is a trust on the words. Coming to Vaishyas, who are the business class, Krishi Goraksha Vanijya. These are the qualities of a Vaishya. So they are also respect the Brahmanas and the Kshatriyas for giving them protection and the knowledge. And the Shudras, they just have to assist by giving their labor to the other three. And in this way, that's the perfection and mutual respect and admiration, the society is in order. So there also we see this aspect of respect and trust. Now, if we see the sannyasi, vanaprastha, brahmachari, grihastha, brahmachari, each has its own importance in the social, in the spiritual society. The sannyasi is the highest. He has given up everything to preach the message of Lord Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Vanaprastha, grihastha, brahmachari. So each has to respect each other to have a healthy society. So the trust and respect is an important and integral part of a happy, stable, and a Krishna conscious society. In no way can we demean or belittle the other. Sannyasis cannot look down upon grihasthas and say, oh, they are enjoying material life. Or the grihasthas cannot look down upon the sannyasis and vanaprastha, saying they are like termites to the society. They are not earning, because grihasthashram is the only ashram where you can have a legal wife, accept a legal wife, and earn. So the grihastha is the contributor here. So brahmacharis cannot look upon the grihastha and say, hey, he's enjoying material. So Radhanath Maharaj says here, everyone is in a pond. There are different kinds of fishes. There are different types of fishes, and each is necessary for the environment, for the healthy environment of the river or pond. So each social or spiritual class is equally important, and the others have to respect and trust the activities of the other order. So in this way, we can ensure a perfect society if we have mutual respect and trust in each other. Again, Prabhupada gives this example of if you are from Mumbai, local trains are an integral part of our life. So we get into a local train to travel from one place to another. We do not check on the credentials of the motorman. We trust the authority who has appointed that driver or the motorman. So there also there is trust. If there is no trust, how will the world move? So this is what we learn from this verse. Now we'll take one case where a wrong trust, placing trust on a wrong personality, what happens? And the best example is Karna. He placed his trust, his faith, his loyalty to Duryodhan. And we all know what happened, even though he was the first Pandava, the firstborn son of Kunti. So a misplaced trust can lead only to disaster. So we have to be very careful. And there are also cases when a guru was disowned. And we are talking the case of Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj, even though Shukracharya was his guru, when Shukracharya stopped Bali Maharaj from giving the promise to Vaman Dev, Bali Maharaj disregards his orders of Shukracharya. And Shukracharya curses him. But Bali is least bothered. Bali Maharaj is least bothered. So we see all kinds of examples in the Bhagavatam. So what we have to listen, we have to be careful here is the guru whom we are choosing or whom we desire to take shelter of, some qualities. We have to have some basic knowledge about the guru. And that we can see by his conduct, how he conducts himself. And we also need the mercy of the Lord through some Ajnana Sukriti, we say. Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Jeev Guru Krishna Prasade Paya Bhakti Lata Bej. In the Bhagavad Gita, again, if we refer to the Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita, the 10th chapter, 8, 9, 10, 11, but specifically the 10th and the 11th verses, which says, Tesham Satata Yuktanam Bhajatam Priti Purvakam Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam Yena Mam Upayantite. And the next verse, Tesham Evanu Kampartham Aham Ajnana Jamtamaha Nashayami Atma Bhavastu Jnana Deepena Bhasut. So these two verses again refers to how Krishna from within will guide us if we have the deep, sincere desire. So we have Shiksha Guru, we have Diksha Guru, we have Chaitya Guru. So all these different types of gurus are there to guide us. So Krishna is saying this again, Ajnana. Nashayami Atma Bhavastu Jnana Deepa. I will provide them with that Jnana Deep through which they can come to me. And he uses the word Tesham Eva Anukampartha. I bestow my mercy upon him. To whom? That is explained in the 10th verse of the 10th chapter. Tesham Satata Yuktana Bhajatam Priti Purvaka. Dadami Buddhi Yogam. I only give. Again, Dadami, I give. This is what Krishna declares in the Bhagavad Gita, and we have to have trust and faith in the words of the Lord. So where we place our trust is equally important. Just for the heck of it, you cannot place trust anywhere. And as I said, misplaced trust can only lead to disaster. We don't want that. So the words of Bhagavatam, like these verses, give us the knowledge or the necessary teachings of how to approach a guru, how to take his words and imbibe it in our lives, as Indra shows here. So these are some of the thoughts I thought I should share, and I'll end with one shloka from the Lakshmi Narasimha Karavalamba Stotram, composed by Adi Shankaracharya. These are his prayers to Lord Narasimha Dev, since we are on that topic. What he says is, Andhasya me hrita viveka mahadhanasya chorai prabho balibhirindriya namadheye mohandha kupa kuhare vinipatitasya Lakshmi Nrisimha mama dehi karavalamba. So he's praying, Andhasya me hrita viveka mahadhanasya. I'm blinded, andha. By what? Because my intelligence, my viveka, which is the greatest wealth, that has been chorair. that has been plundered. By whom? Chorai Prabho Balibhirindriya Namade. My senses, the strong senses that I have, my senses have plundered my greatest wealth of viveka, intelligence, and I'm now blinded. Now, what happens when you are blinded? You lose your way. You cannot find your way. And then Mohandha Kupa Kuhare Vinipatitasya. I have fallen into the deep, dark well of Moha, illusion. And who else but you can lift me up? So you need long hands to lift you up from the deep, dark well. And therefore, Lakshmi Nrisimha Mama Dehi Karavalamba. Give me the shelter of your lotus hands. And these are the prayers that he offers to Lakshmi Narasimha Dev. So what I just thought I should share this because personally, if you see the Lakshmi Narasimha Karavalamba Stotram, Adi Shankaracharya explains samsara in so many ways. He compares it to a kupa, blazing fire, a poisonous serpent, so on and so forth. And he ends, just before he ends, he's saying this verse. So every verse ends with Lakshmi Nrisimha Mama Dehi Karavalamba. Please give me the shelter of your lotus hands. So take home lesson from this would be to place our faith on the words of Guru and trust him completely. Not in a very, see, doubts will be there. Asking doubts is not prohibited. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Tad vidhi pranipatena. So asking your doubt is not prohibited or looked down. But asking in a way, which way? That is more important. So tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. Humility by service. These are the qualities by which we can serve the Guru. And because the Guru is a storehouse of knowledge, he can give it to you. He can bestow his mercy upon you, which will help you cross over the ocean of material existence. Like he says here, Mohandha Kupa Kuhare Vinipatitasya. So I'll stop here. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Do we take some questions or how do we go about?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. What a wonderful class, Mataji. Thank you so much for sharing with us how much important of Guru and how much important of Parampara. Very nice class, Mataji. I'm requesting devotees, if anybody have any questions or realization, please go ahead. Hare Krishna, Subhakar Prabhuji, please go ahead with your question, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandat Pranam.
Thank
you very much, Radhasangi. Thank you. Welcome, Radha Sangi Mataji. Very nice, wonderful. So it was, you made one point which everybody should know. Om Agyan and Timirandasya. People keep telling that mantra, but not knowing what is there. But you explained so nicely, wonderful. And but still the cataract is not going. So many years are gone, the cataract is still there.
It's a very deep-rooted cataract.
Yeah. You made a theory and practical everything you did today.
Thank you so
much. You are a good specialist doctor. Thank you.
No. Thank you for your kind words. And I'm indebted to all of you to having given me this opportunity. And I've been speaking for more than an hour. So your attention, I must thank you for that also.
Because our Shamagari Mataji will not bring anybody unless he knows. So when I saw your name, Radhasangi Mataji, when I heard, it was really good. Though it is a very basic thing, but very important for everybody. Without that, you cannot go to the next level.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks to you and thanks to Shamagari Mataji for bringing such deep-rooted teachers. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandot Pranam, Guru. Very, very beautiful class, Mataji, and you quoted so many verses from so many places, Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, and so nice, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Your
Wonderful.
Guru Maharaj put Radhasangi good name. That I think you are a Manjari only. That's why you're going so deep.
Again, I would like to quote my Guru Maharaj. The first name is not important. The last, the Devi Dasi, is what is more important.
Yes.
That is what my Guru Maharaj always says. You are a Devi Dasi. You are a Dasi.
You are a disciple of which Guru Maharaj? Radhanath Maharaj.
Yes, Radhanath Maharaj.
East or west? The best. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you much.
Anybody have any questions? Please go ahead with the questions.
If no question, they understood well.
Like, again, I would like to quote Radha Gopinath Prabhu. Either you have understood well, or my way of speaking did not was not good enough for you to understand the topics that were discussed today. So, I mean, this is just a joking part. Radha
I understand.
Humorously, he says this,
I know. He is very close to me, Radha Gopinath. When I go to Bombay, he comes to my house. Very wonderful devotee.
Yeah.
When my father died, he did class for 13 days. Every day Bhagavatam class in my house. Radha Gopinath Prabhu.
Very senior and very high.
Humble.
I mean, somebody whom we all look up to.
Yeah.
For guidance and.
He is also humble. He's slim and he's tall. You have to look up to him.
Yeah, you have to look up to him. Correct. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mataji. If anybody if we don't have any questions, we can end the call here, Mataji, with your permission.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for enlightening class today. We are very grateful to you and we look forward to your association again and again in the future. Let's pay our obeisance to Mataji.
Kripa Sindhu Namo Namah.
Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai.
Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Desh Radhasangi Mataji ki jai.
Jai Ho. Gauranga.
Nityananda.
Nityananda. Gauranga. Jai Sri Radhesham. Sapamle Vrindavan Dham.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, dear devotees, for joining today's class. We'll close the call for today. Radhe,
Thank
Radhe.
you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Radhe, Radhe.